Finally, John Cena has officially retired from WWE, and this is not a good way for him to end his career, losing to Gunther at Saturday night main event. It should have been a WrestleMania with Kurt Angle, honestly, but Kurt Angle has been going through with this injuries on his flesh and his body that is making him unable to wrestle anymore. There's a lot of injuries. If you just get recovered for injury, it's not gonna be healing 100%. It's gonna take like years or even 2 decades for it to be fully healed, or maybe for the rest of your life. It's gonna affect you, which is why I didn't want to compete any sports in my high school years. I didn't want to compete into any competitive sports, going against one another, going against the brothers in Christ, because otherwise I'm gonna end up getting injured. Injured is like the worst part of your life. You broke your arm, you get recovered, great. But if you're going to continue to destroy your flesh, doing multiple injury one on another, it's going to affect you for the rest of your life. Maybe you're not going to do no more push-ups. Maybe you're not going to run anymore. Your lower back, your lower spine, you're going to be walking awkwardly like Big Show and John Cena have been doing. If you watch the videos, either on TikTok, you see how John Cena does that walking like a 70-year-old. This is what you're gonna get out of WWE for sacrificing and wasting 23 years for nothing, except for the John Cena fanboys who's been seeing him as his one god, his idolatry. Whatever John Cena has been doing for 23 years, sacrificed his body for entertainment. Nothing. And John Cena's fanboys are mentally angry at Gunther just because he ended John Cena's career. And you see how it happened. If you watch the video of Gunther being escorted out, a lot of John Cena fanboys are threatening to assassinate Gunther, trying to attack him, trying to punch him, doing whatever he does, politics style on him. You think this is right? No. There's a lot of fanboys out there. If you expose PlayStation and Nintendo Switch in public, you're gonna have these fanboys coming at you. If you wear a T-shirt that says Xbox the best box, Xbox logo, Xbox is better than PlayStation, you're gonna draw a lot of PlayStation fanboys. They're gonna start punching you out of nowhere, dude. They're gonna make threats on you. You think this is right? No. This is why I avoid talking to fanboys. In real life, just like John Cena fanboys, I try not to talk to them. Well, most of them are. I see few of them at work wearing that John Cena T-shirt, but there are times you gotta be careful who you talk to in public. If you say, "Hey, what happened yesterday?" And they would be like, they're gonna be angry, dude. Just be careful who you talk to in public, who's a John Cena fanboy. So John Cena has been wasting 23 years for what? For nothing. I like the older John Cena. 2002, I like the John Cena from 2002, his debut against Kurt Angle. And then the other one was a Thuganomics. I didn't like Thuganomics. Because of that rapping, because of that terrible rap that John Cena does. Anybody can beat him in a rap battle. Anybody. But having John Cena doing that stereotypical rap, raps, roasting, I didn't like that. It wasn't even that funny. And then the peak Cena, the Chain Gang Soldier from 2005 through 2007 was way better, dude. His theme music was perfect for what John Cena was back then in 2005, 2008. I like that type of Cena. That's the peak Cena. And then John Cena came back from Royal Rumble in 2008, and that's when he became a downfall. Like this is like slowly going downhill to what John Cena is back then, which I didn't even like about that John Cena. And then 2010 going downfall. 11, 12, that's when The Rock, CM Punk, and any other superstars are calling out John Cena that he can't wrestle. The way he wears his attire for every matches that he goes to, he just looks stupid, dude. Even though his design, his T-shirt that he always wears at the entrance, it appeals to kids, dude. It appeals to kids and fanboys. And you got these John Cena fanboys. They look retarded, dude. This is why I didn't like this type of John Cena. And I really don't care what happens 10 years later until right now that John Cena has officially retired. I didn't even catch up what is happening in WWE for the last 10 years. I just don't even want to sink all that in my head and remember what I learned for 10 years, except for this. John Cena, Cody Rhodes being recognized. This is what happens if you're being a servant to Vince McMahon and Triple H to give you what you want. That's what John Cena has been doing to Vince McMahon. Being a loyalty and in WWE for 23 years wasted. John Cena has been loyal to the WWE, loyal to Vince McMahon, loyal to Triple H for 23 years. Just to prove what? To know that what you get out of 23 years later is just permanent injuries and for the rest of your life. It's what you get. Instead of that, you should have worshipped God. You should have been loyal to God, obeying God at all times. But instead, you're just in the WWE doing this for entertainment purposes. But for entertainment injuries purposes. And I'm glad that I didn't even compete in any sports, because otherwise I would end up just like John Cena. This is why I didn't want to compete in a competitiveness sports. If I wanted to play soccer or skateboarding, I'd just go right now and just do it for fun, not do it for competitiveness. Unless if it's like a $1 million offer, alright, fine. But doing this to sacrifice to put your flesh on the line isn't good. If you Christians, Catholics, and Jewish read the Bible about Corinthians, when Saint Paul says that if you're not say something about, I'm gonna put this in the description, saying that you give yourself onto Satan, your flesh starts having a destructive, like a downfall of your flesh. Your hair is gonna fall off. Your flesh, your body, your injuries, what you get out of WWE is going to be destroyed. Except the spirit. And then 1 John says that you should never serve an idolatry. Flee from idolatry. Kids, flee from idolatry. Because if you do, you're going to be wasting 23 years being loyal to Cena, being a loyal fanboy to Cena. And all you just paying your tickets and wasting your money just to go see John Cena for what? Just to waste time of him doing the same old signature move that you can't see me, and then do the FU, the STFU, spamming every day. It gets too old. This is why John Cena can't even wrestle. And honestly, this is not a good way to end John Cena's career. But for me, it doesn't even matter. Because I don't watch WWE anymore. It cannot be healed. It cannot be in any other ways to be back to what it was in WWF. The storyline, the WWE superstars, they're nothing but actors trying to pretend to be wrestlers. Watch the old school WWF. That's how the wrestlers are back then, beating the hell out of each other. But now in WWE, it is way too fake. Way too fake than ever before. And it's going to be like this for life. So that's why for John Cena, this is going to be a little bit of like a yes and a no. It's good that John Cena officially retired, enjoying what he does for the rest of his life. And then the other one, it's just that what a waste of 23 years.